So recently I've been doing a body scan meditation, which has been good. So usually meditation I've been doing has been following the breath or just doing nothing, just sitting down and just being aware of whatever comes up. But the body is, I think the body is the best meditation object, because the body is where all the conditioning is stored up in. The way your body is a physical representation of your kind of mental past, your kind of, your depressions and anxieties and all this. That kind of shit is not just mental, that gets stored in your body. So often when I'm meditating and scanning my body, there's a lot of tension around my face. So much tension around my neck. Always this pressure here. And it's interesting to be aware of this. And there can be a lot of resistance when you do body scanning if you find it an unpleasant sensation. But that's just adding more to the sensation. That's just adding more unpleasantness. If you can really stand back and just observe unjudgmentally, then it's really beneficial. Like, if you take yourself out of the experience, like if you don't identify with the sensations, like oftentimes, I'll feel anxious. These feelings in the chest and in the throat, in the forehead. I'll feel these sensations and, it won't be nice, and I'll be like, fuck. But if I don't judge it as bad, and if I don't identify with those sensations, if it's not like, oh, I have these sensations, or, oh, I am these sensations, I have anxiety, or I'm feeling anxiety, or I am anxious. If that's no longer coming up in my awareness, then the sensations are just as they are. They're neither good nor bad, and they're not mine or me. And with that, that's where you really want to get to. That's really the aim of meditation, is to be with whatever and not be labeling it as good and bad. And if you do, you go meta and don't label the labeling good or bad. The labeling that you're saying, this is good, this is bad, don't judge that as good or bad. Keep going meta. Who are you? Keep going back and back and back and back and back and back. So and body scanning here's one thing I want to talk about, is your intention and desire to meditate. Why do you want to meditate in the first place? Why do you want to do it? This is probably the most important thing in meditation, your intention. If you don't have a good intention to meditate, it's not going to do anything for you. If you just watch a video and someone says meditation's good for anxiety, try it out. You see, you have to know what meditation is about. And to know what meditation is about, not many people want to know what meditation is about, because they don't want to know the truth of their experience, which is that there is no self. There's no self. There's no me in anything. It's just a cluster of sensations, all dependent on so many different causes and conditions, an infinite amount. And there's no you there. There's no me to claim it. The me that claims it is just a thought. So, intention. What is your desire to meditate? What's your intention to meditate? And yeah, you have to understand what meditation actually is, because you can be like, I'm going to meditate because I am quite anxious. But if you don't understand the kind of mechanisms of meditation, then you're going to get lost. If it's just like, oh, I'll just follow my breath. But why? Obviously it's like building concentration. But really, what meditation is about disidentifying from everything. And so, the reason why meditation is good for anxiety is because you have to disidentify from the thoughts that you have and the physical sensations in the body. This is really the heart of it. If you want to stop feeling anxious, and you want to meditate to stop feeling anxious, then the way to go about it is to disidentify from those sensations and thoughts. Which is easier said than done, because in a way that's kind of why we are anxious, because we think that we are a person. We think that there's a me inside here. And so it's interesting because experientially, in my own experience, there are days when I meditate because I'm like, oh, well, I've got to meditate, like, it's good to keep up a daily practice. I don't really feel like it, but I'll do it anyway. Those are the meditations that, I might as well not do them, to be fair, because I've got no intention. The intention is to just do it every day, and I don't really engage with it too much. But recently I've had this strong intention to just find out who the fuck I am, to find out what the fuck reality is in my own direct experience. What the fuck is this? Recently I've had this burning desire to figure out what sensory experience is and to disidentify from it, to detach from it. So if there's physical sensations in the body, I label as not me, not self. And like if there's anxiety in the body and then my mind, the thoughts are like, oh fuck, I don't like that anxiety, I want to get away. I note that thought, like that thought isn't me, I'm aware of that thought. And you just detach from yourself. You're not doing anything. So another example could be like I'm meditating and something happens outside of me, or a thought comes into my mind and then my body starts getting really anxious, my heart starts racing, I get fucking tight throat. Usually I would think, oh no, I'm getting anxious because of this thought. This thought has caused me to be anxious. And although it has caused these symptoms, it's not me that's getting anxious. If I just sit back and eject myself from my body and my thoughts, then all that's happening is a thought comes that another thought doesn't like, and then my body responds to that. Heart palpitations or whatever. And then, usually another thought comes like, oh no, like I'm anxious, I wish I wasn't fucking anxious, this is bad, I wish I could just relax and all this. And I identify with that thought. and then that thought becomes me. I become the physical sensations, all this kind of shit, you know. But the thing is that everything in your experience is arising dependently on so many causes and conditions in your life. So many. And, you know, you didn't choose this life. You didn't choose anything. You know, you come straight out the womb, very unconscious, and you get brainwashed with all these ideas. And, you know, there's not a whole lot of consciousness going on within you. You know, you're just acting from programs that have been inserted into you from other people. And so you're not really conscious for what you're doing. And then, you know, you get to here, you get to adulthood, and you're like, I'm fucked. I've got depression, anxiety, and all this anger. What the fuck? And it's like, of course, if you had a choice, you wouldn't fucking choose these things. They're not great. They're not great feelings. And so, but the thing is that here you are now, and it's like, if you forget the past, it's not that easy to just forget the past, because, you know, your body keeps the score. Your mind keeps the score. You have these memories and you have these physical sensations, and it's like, none of it is you. So yeah, what I'm trying to say here is the intention that you bring to meditation, your attitude towards it, is possibly the most important thing in meditation. Probably 99%. If you want to succeed in meditation, then 99% of it comes from a strong intention. And the thing is that you don't control that intention. You can't fucking come up with that intention. You see, if you want to become enlightened, you have no fucking choice in the matter. You have no fucking choice. It's an accident. There's no choice. You see, I can wake up one morning and be like, I really want to meditate, I want to find out who I am. But if it's not really like this energetic drive within me, then, you know, nothing's going to happen. And I can't really find that drive, you know, if I don't have the motivation or that inspiration and motivation, then I just don't have it. I can't will it into existence. You know what I mean? But some days I do have that fucking burning desire where I'm like, I fucking need to find out who the fuck I am. I want to find out what life is. I want to just, you know, like, here I am now. I don't want to just like fucking... I don't want to just fucking stumble around life not knowing who I am or what I am, and believing in all these ideologies and philosophies, and believing in all this anxiety and believing that to be real. And I don't want to just like fall into this trap. And that's, you know, the burning desire is that I'm going to die one day, and I don't want to die without not having lived properly. You know, I want to die before I die. I want to let go of everything so I can experience life freely, with freedom. And so, you know, when I have that fucking strong burning desire, then nothing matters, you know, it's like, nothing matters but this thing. Like, you know, most days I'm like, oh, I could meditate, oh, maybe I'll just go for a walk, maybe I'll just eat some toast, or watch some YouTube videos. But when I've got this fucking burning desire to fucking know what the fuck's going on, I'm like, none of this shit matters. I don't care about if I'm hungry. I'm gonna fucking meditate on it and disidentify from the hunger. I don't care if I want to watch YouTube. I'm gonna fucking be aware of the thoughts that want to watch YouTube and disidentify from that. You know, I'm really fucking earnest about this. I really want to fucking find out. And more times than not, that's not how my life is. More times than not, I don't have a burning desire to know who I am and to really fucking be fucking disciplined and just meditate and fucking work out this fucking shit. You know, and it's because really that we're in a time when not really anybody's doing this, and so it's hard to really do it. The majority's not doing it, and so it's like the majority of me is not doing it. Anyway, so that's interesting. If you want to meditate, then, well, you've got no fucking choice, Got no fucking choice. Another thing I want to talk about with body scanning is that your body is just a cluster of sensations. It's not physical. Your body isn't physical, right? What you know your body to be, right, is two separate things, really. The image of the body, where you can look down, or you can look in the mirror and you've got a fucking head, you've got arms and a fucking chest and all this. That's the image of the body. And then the second thing is the sensations of the body. And these two things kind of live in two separate realms, two separate dimensions. This is interesting, very interesting. When you meditate, when you're doing body scanning, you want to not have the image of the body in mind. You want to let go of that completely and just focus on the raw sensations. And when you do that, you can quite easily see that the sensations are in, so to speak, a different kind of dimension than the actual visual sight of the body. And I don't know really what else to talk about that, but it's very interesting. The thing is that I suppose what I'm saying is like the sensation, like me fucking touching my face like that, the sensation isn't happening when my finger and my cheek is. The sensation is just happening within this like space that has no location. And it's the same with all sensations. It's like, where are sounds coming from? Where are the sounds? Where are the sounds? The sounds are arising and passing away in the same location or same non-location as all sensory experience. The same with thoughts. Where are thoughts coming from? You think thoughts coming from the brain, but you see that is a thought in itself. As a matter of direct experience, thoughts are arising within this sort of space, not the brain. Me thinking that a thought is coming from the brain is a thought coming from nothing, from this space. This is what I'm kind of saying, is that I suppose there's two separate ways of seeing this, like the physical and the, so I guess, spiritual, non-physical. Like the sensations of the body. Like you can say that, oh, my finger touching my cheek here, that's the physical thing. Like qualia. I think that's, like, what that means is that, the sensations, like we don't fucking know what sensations are. Is that, like, the physical thing is my finger touching my cheek and, the atoms in that, the particles, cells, molecules, whatever. But what's this actual like sensation that you feel? Right? That, so to speak, is living in a different dimension. And so it's the same with thoughts. That, yeah, perhaps you can you know, put on a brain scan or whatever and see that you think of certain thoughts and the brain, you know, fires neurons and whatever. That's the physical side of it. But what actually are thoughts? They're not just a physical thing. They're not a physical happening in the brain. You know, they're this fucking thing that's just fucking in this space of fucking nothing. And that's where everything is coming and going from. All sensations, thoughts, sounds, sights. Like fucking... Anyway, that's all I have to offer today. Thank you for watching.